Hello everyone, it's Inque here. We're playing Throne's Ascendancy. I decided I'd go back and play this again. It's been a bit of a while, but it was a cool little mod, and I feel like there is room to check it out further. So, we're playing Pentastar alignment today. Now the Pentastar's thing is it's a combination of Clone Wars era tech and Lucre Hulk and modern Imperial technology. So you can hear we have the Confederacy Lucre Hulk battleship. We also got Mark II Imperial Star Destroyers, the Dominator class Star Destroyer, the Secutor, and the Praetor battlecruiser. So we've got all kinds of fun stuff. If we look over here, we've got some very familiar ships. Then the Architans, which is a nice anti-strike craft ship. What about cruisers? Do we have any cruisers available? Not really. Alright, let's get some...
We have found an apt site for further operations.
Get some ships going. Lovely. And let's drop some research. Looking good. Alright. Let's take a quick zoom out. We have a volcanic planet here. This is an ice world. Up here,
is under attack.
we have yet to identify that place. Just got our little muse running around doing their thing.
Star Destroyer ready.
That is not, in fact, a Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer ready.
That is a Lucre Hulk. But it's a Lucre Hulk which uses Imperial starfighters, so that's a thing. We want to be able to establish garrisons. Got our little Architans here, which are pretty much just anti-fighter ships. Then we've got some Gladiators. We've got a Venator. Okay.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
Yes, this is a pretty nice piece of equipment. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We've got to deal with limited resources for fighters.
Here.
One of the more interesting concepts for this particular mod.
Deploying to sector.
Alright, so we've got our fleet set up, bind it together.
En route.
Let's go ahead and start the advance, and let's tie a rally point to our Lucre Hulk, which is a
Moving to sector.
decently sized ship actually. Certainly scarier than our dinky Venators.
Hyperspace jump complete.
In the meantime, that's relationships, which I don't super care about. Who am I playing up against? Admiral Aralani. I'm not super sure who that is. I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, let's see, we can get Vindicator cruisers, Titan Scepters. I like the idea of getting some bigger and better starships. Let's go ahead and grab that.
Found an apt site for further operations.
I've got Golan research here, can't afford that. And we've got trade ports and holonets. Alright, cool. So those are things to work towards. In the meantime, got our fleet moving into position. Got a bunch of Carracks, and this Victory 2 is probably the scariest thing they have. I mean, you can see that this Venator is actually not particularly impressive. Stat-wise. Its weapon output isn't terrible, but it's just kind of dinky. It's not particularly well armored, but it certainly does its job. Got our Gladiators, which are firing away.
Destroyer here.
We do actually have some spare slots. There we go, let's get some more fighters going. Keep firing. Oh, I've got some Lancers over here, that's something to bear in mind. guessing that our... Okay, we've got another fighter coming up. Our
Destroyer ready.
Lucre Hulk has ranked up. So what can we do with this? Embargo. Right, so this locks down trade ships. Bulwark, which is a taunt and damage reduction. And extra squadrons. I think we just want to go for extra squadrons, to be honest. Although we are seriously going to need to get our resupply abilities up. So let's take a quick look, see where those are. Right, here we go. The Fleet Tender the Star Galleon Fleet Tender. So we're going to need to hit 3 military research to be able to unlock that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get working on our trade ports. And queue one of those up to build. Okay, we need a little bit more Tabana. So we're just going to hold off on that for now. I think they're primarily firing on our Lucre Hulk, which is taking it like a champ. This victory is almost dead, so it's got a Vindicator and a Lancer. So that's dead, and this is about to die as well. Manticore's actually hit level 3, so what can we do with that? I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on numerical superiority, actually. Sounds like a good deal. And that goes down, so let's go ahead and establish garrison. Alright, so, got a desert planet here. Incidentally, if any of you are super Star Wars nuts, you may recognize some of the names. I admit that I am a fan of Star Wars, but this gets a little beyond my repertoire. But you may recall from my last look at Allegiance, Ascendancy rather, that all of the maps are actually canonical. So this is a small slice of the deep core. So that's fun. Let's go ahead and drop down a trade port. We don't actually
have secured a planet.
Good, that's Constantia
Star Destroyer
under
ready.
our control. So let's go ahead and head straight on to Lilac. Our fleet's in pretty good shape. Like I said, pretty much the only thing that really took damage was our Lucre Hulk. And we do still have a bit of a contingent of TIE fighters and TIE bombers, although we're probably going to start running a little short on stuff. And if we take a quick look at our Lucre Hulk, yeah, we're out of fighter supply for that. Venator's still got a bunch. That's an interesting aspect of the Venator, actually. Look at that fighter supply. That is kind of insane. If you look at the Gladiators, yeah, the Gladiators are still full up. But I mean, this does fit. The Venator belongs to an older model of Starfighter and capital ship combat, where the emphasis was on heavy carriers as opposed to dedicated warships. Once the Empire took over from the Republic, the emphasis turned into heavy capital ships, which is why you started getting the bigger and bigger and scarier models of Star Destroyer, while Imperial Starfighter research kind of lagged behind. So you just had dinky TIE fighters, and all that sort of thing, which were cheap, expendable, and generally they're just there as a support tool.
Planet upgrade complete.
And a decent chunk of the success of the Rebellion was in fact that, the fact that they had a lot of very good starfighter designs, the X-Wing being the most notable. And there were plans and movements within the Imperial military saying, hey, maybe this wasn't such a good plan. Maybe we should actually go and, get some halfway decent starfighters. Which led to the introduction of the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Defender, all this sort of thing, but to a great extent it was just too little too late. Alright, so we've got a bunch more carrot cruisers. We've got a strike cruiser and a Mark II Victory. But overall it's still not a particularly scary force. We can handle that, no problem. loading time. Let's see, so we can upgrade the civvy infrastructure again if we want. I think we'll do. Got both of our mines under construction.
A new facility is
Do
complete.
need to wait a little bit in order to get more Tabana. Nice thing about is that Lilac is an ice planet, so we'll get plenty of these Tabana asteroids. I could buy the Tabana to get the trade port up, but I'm not gonna worry. It's kind of a waste to trade resources around unless you just have a lot that you can play with. Okay, colonization is equal. We're in the lead for search, fundamental culture. Everything else isn't looking too healthy, so we're gonna have to watch that. And we do in fact have a bunch of stuff available, like we have a decent amount of fleet supply and capital ship crews available to us, so
Captain reporting.
just going to be a little careful with that. Let's go ahead and grab Bulwark. Start working on that because it's going to get better the more points we put into it. No sense in putting it off forever. Okay, our Architects are taking a little bit of damage, but actually their shields are lasting pretty well. I'm actually quite impressed. Like this particular design, most recently I've been seeing a whole bunch of in the Rebels TV show, which was where they're like the main Imperial light cruiser that runs around the place, and they certainly are able to make a mess of things, but they're not particularly dangerous overall. You can see that they are technically inferior to the Lancers, but the Lancers do actually actually have fewer laser batteries, so make that what you will. Alright, yeah, and there goes the Lancer, and that is
Destroyer here.
that particular fleet
Deploying to sector.
dealt with. So let's get moving again. Now over here, I do actually have a bunch of spare resources and capital ship crews, so I could look at loading up on some more Lucre Hulks. Let's see, that's the Munificent, the Enforcer, Victory, Acclamator, Venator, Secutor. There's the Secutor. ISD, Precursorator, Dominator, Praetor. Okay, so yeah, we've got a little way to go before we can actually get all of our get any new capital ship designs. I'm gonna go ahead and start building a second Lucre Hulk.
Stormtroopers have secured a planet.
And we do actually have access to the Vindicator cruiser, which is a bit bigger and a bit meaner. So I'll build one of those. And we have Lilac unlocked, so grab a couple of upgrades and get all of that going. And no, we can't afford that, but we probably will be able to soon. So, next planet, Callist 4. Again, not a particularly significant force. Our fleet is looking in pretty decent shape. And we still have most of our fighter force, we're just missing a TIE bomber unit. Actually, no, I tell a lie. We're missing two squadrons of TIE fighters and 2 squadrons of TIE bombers. Which is actually all the Manticore's fighter squadrons.
Planet upgrade complete.
But I believe... Oh, yeah, we've got our Vindicator up. So, this thing... Yeah, nice. This is a light Star Destroyer, if you will. You've got the very classic shape. The only thing which really marks it out from a true Imperial class is
moving to sector.
The hangar bay is obviously outsized by comparison. It's a lot smaller overall, and the bridge structure here is the wrong shape. Plus, you don't have the big classic sensor domes.
Captain
Okay, here's
reporting.
our Lucre
A
Hulk.
new facility is complete.
Let's go ahead and grab the usual stuff. And we're going to grab Bulwark for this guy, so hopefully between them they can trade off the tanking a little bit.
Planet upgrade complete.
Let's take a look at our resources. We've got 11.9, 3.1, and 1.0, but that's going to boost up pretty nicely as soon as these start finishing. In the meantime, we need a trade port here.
A new facility is complete.
And over here, I'll actually get a second one pretty shortly. Let's sell a few resources. And there we go, second trade port. Or third trade port, technically.
Destroyer here.
So, fleet is
complete.
still on the move. Main thing we need to be aware of, okay, we're actually falling behind in colonization, so these guys are really ramping it up. But the flip side is we're actually not doing badly economically, so we need to try and leverage that as an advantage.
A new facility is complete.
I mean, this is a pretty regular theme for my Sense games.
Star Destroyer ready.
I usually fall behind in some respect, but my economy is pretty decent. Because I focus on research and getting a solid fleet early on rather than getting a large fleet. And that can sometimes bite me in the ass, and it might do in this case, but hopefully we can make it work. But in the meantime, we should actually look at getting some defenses up just so we have somewhere to fall back to. I mean, in the meantime, yeah, I think we need to work on Golan 2 research, which is going to be a little expensive. Yeah, our credits are a little... Well, our credit income is actually kind of poor. Because it's all relative. But our Tabana income has actually tripled at this point, so that's something that we can work with.
Destroyer here.
Meanwhile, yeah, this is the scariest fleet we've seen so far. We have a Victory class. We actually have 2 Dreadnought cruisers. One of them's about to die, which is something. This guy has been using the SPM-AT beam, which has probably been helping. You can't actually see these side hangars where the SPM-ATs would be firing from, so that's a thing. I mean, technically, if this was fully accurate, then the central line along here would be opening up in order to allow fighters to launch, but Sins isn't quite advanced enough to allow for that kind of thing. We're blasting down this Victory class. Nice. Okay, here we go. Lucre Hulk incoming, and I believe... Yeah, we've got our Vindicator has just arrived as well. Just checking enough, it's actually smaller than the Gladiator class, but it's got a lot more firepower. Main thing being that the Gladiator does actually have a hangar bay, so I guess that's what takes up a bunch of the space. You can see there that like a decent chunk of the forward nose cone is just devoted to fighter support, whereas the Vindicator just doesn't care. And is all heavy guns. In the meantime, yeah, we still haven't actually lost anything. Our Luke Hulk is... The shields have dropped a fair amount, but shield regen is fairly quick in this mod. Yes, we've got a couple of Lancers, and that thing just died as well, so let's
moving to sector.
Let's get colonizing going there. Okay, here we have a split.
Moving to sector.
Let's see, I want to get some more scouts out, so let's drop a unit of Moo scouts. This trade port is done. How's our economy looking? Yeah, that's been a nice credit boost.
Scout ready.
Okay, so we definitely need to make sure that our defenses are in a good spot. Let's work on Golan 2 research. Oh, cool. So, I'm actually need 2 military research to be able to get the refueling station, which is probably going to be a big deal. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and drop a military lab. And let's get a civvy lab here. Just a little bit of a boost overall. And our moves are set to automatically go and explore things, which is exactly what we want. Now, this place has been occupied, so let's go ahead and get all of that going.
Star Destroyer ready.
Fleet's looking pretty decent. If we just take a quick look at the Manticore, here we go. Yeah, you can see that it regenerates like 50 shields a second thereabouts, so it gets itself back into good shape pretty quickly. Right, so over here, Victory class, 2 dreadnoughts, a strike cruiser, and then a handful of support ships. Again, nothing too scary. There's the deep core. Here's Odek 2. Don't know what that is. I mean, my big question is where's Biss, but I guess we will find out. Alright, so,
planet upgrade complete.
Not looking too badly. So now we can get access to the Enforcer and the Munificent. I'm not actually sure which of those do, so I'm going to actually prioritize getting the refueling station so I can make sure that our fighter bays are all set to go. Let's come back here for a moment. Let's take a look at what our possible new ships are. It's got the Munificent, which is actually pretty mean. It's got more health than the Vindicator Cruiser. That's got just a shade under 100 DPS. That's the wrong thing.
A new facility is complete.
Okay, and that is closer to 70. But the Munificent seems to be a pretty good all-rounder. I imagine that there are some abilities in there which also mess with the numbers. If we take a look over here,
Moving to sector.
The Enforcer is our other option. So, same hull as the Vindicator and the Immobilizer. Okay, so it's not super clear what the difference between these two is.
Hyperspace jump complete.
I imagine that it's an ability thing. This particular mod is pretty heavy into the abilities. Okay, that's Overwhelm ability.
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
Yeah, no. This is as expected. You can see that our fight squadrons have definitely taken a bit of punishment. Go ahead and grab another fighter squadron, but it's probably not going to go super well. Mew's on the way, so we'll soon have some idea of what's up ahead. Now, if you recall, the cost of actually building factories is massive, so frontline shipyards are not really a thing, which in a way they shouldn't be. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab the first rank of Fleet Command, so we can actually start getting some more stuff out. I'm going to go for the Overwhelm ability, because more tricks for our frigates is always a good thing. We do have some new fighters that we can grab along the road. Then we've also got the Enforcer and the Munificent. I think I'm going to go with the Munificent. So let's sell a bit of Durasteel. There we go, Munificent research coming up. Oh, hello. Frontier Scout. Okay, I'm reasonably sure that's Emperor of the Hand. So that's a thing. Going to trigger colonization for this place. Okay, we're equal on colonization, so that's a thing. Wait, hold on. Now I do have 3 scouts somewhere. No, they're all here. Hydra just ranked up. It's what we like to see.
Destroyer here.
Alright, go ahead and grab another rank of numerical superiority and get some TIE bombers.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
So, here we go. Next planet. Prakith. String not found 30%. Cool. That's really cool. That's always what we like to hear. I always love it when we have string not found 30% on our planets. Snarking aside, drop all of that stuff. And we want to get a refueling station. We're just going to drop that down here.
Star Destroyer ready. Scout ready. New actual reporting.
Okay, you should all do the thing.
Destroyer here.
Oh wait, no, these are actually part of the fleet.
Moving to sector. Scout ready.
Tactics management, leave fleet.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, now go do the thing.
Scout ready. New actual
Because this is
reporting.
silly. Alright, okay, these are under production. And soon enough, we will be good to go. Alright, momentary pause there. Alright, so this is going to be our first line of defense, really. Gonna drop some. Well, gonna drop a golem too, I guess.
Destroyer here.
And I mean, well, not in an awful position.
Planet upgrade
Let's see where this goes. Okay, so we know. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is BIS itself. There's a Syndic class destroyer here, which is interesting.
En route. Moving
Right, we're actually going to try and take BIS as our first stop. And we do need to start getting some more ships produced over here. So let's queue up some munificence for munificence. We can actually sell some resources to get some more going.
Fleet is under attack.
8 munificence, that should go nicely. Alright. So the reason I'm going here is because, yeah, fighter supply restored. That's kind of an oversight, but hey, I'm not going to complain about getting my fighter fleets restored. Meantime, yeah, we're still working on Overwhelm, as it turns out, but let's grab some resource research. Not much, just a little bit of a boost.
A new facility is complete. Hyperspace jump complete.
Alright. You can see here that fight supply is beginning to go up. And so, in pretty short order, we should start popping some new squadrons.
Deploying to sector.
Let's hang out here just for a moment. Yeah, there we go. Squadron's at 50%.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
All of our squadrons have been launched, and they're just getting up to full strength now. Excellent. Alright. Good. Let's move. Let us take this. Okay, so over here we do need to get some tactical capacity upgrades.
Moving to sector. Research complete.
Alright, yeah, let's go with another Golan 2.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
And grab some Golan 1s just to perform an outer ring. That should go nicely. Let's see, over here we have that Syndic class.
Captain reporting.
Which is having none of it. Yeah. As I thought, this is Biss. So let's poke our heads in. Okay, yeah, all those TIE fighters have just been thoroughly nuked. Lovely. Alright, yeah, credits are actually our limiting factor at the moment, so let's zoom out a little bit.
Under attack.
See, that's fully upgraded. This is not. Let's work on that. And over here, can definitely work on that. And over here, we're still actually building up to that, so that I'm not so worried about. That can wait. But
Star Destroyer ready.
This is pretty much all been wiped out, so I'm going to key up colonization.
Moving to sector. Research complete.
Alright, so we know for a fact that the damned Empire of the Hand is advanced further than me. They're to the equivalent of this system. But I'm about to take this, which will provide me an interesting little anchor point. Plus, hopefully, it'll be fairly difficult to take, and I can just stack up defenses along the inbound warp points. Now, if I come over here, see the refueling station. Yeah, has repair and it has fighter resupply.
Planet upgrade complete.
Now, I do actually need a trade port here. I need one here as well.
Stormtroopers have secured a planet.
There we go.
A new facility is complete.
This has been claimed. Trade some resources around. Get the basic upgrades going. There we go.
Star Destroyer ready.
Oh, apparently
A new
there we
facility is complete.
I feel dumb. Alright, so next priority is going to be Sos Beacon. We want to try and cut off the damned Chiss as quickly as we can. We should have... Okay. I've got our first magnificent here. Are they only just producing? Yeah, they've only just started production, so that's a little annoying. I hope that won't bite us on the ass too badly. In the meantime, do need to get some stuff up and running. So let's drop our refueling station there. Get a Golan 1 there. Golan 2 even.
A new facility is complete.
Now,
our supporting fleet is moving to attack. We have found an apt site for further operations.
Yeah, that Frontier Scout has just been a nuisance. Out of interest, let's take a quick look at the Munificent. These have orbital bombardment. They do not have carrier capabilities.
Star Destroyer
Hydra has actually ranked up, so
hyperspace jump complete.
Could grab him. Establish garrison. We might as well. Okay, so this is culture stuff.
A new facility is complete.
Probably going to want that eventually, but for right now, I'm not super worried. Let's see, that is power on, rate of fire increase. And that is the Enforcer class. I'm going to go ahead and grab the TIE Interceptor research.
A new facility is complete.
Okay, fleet is in position.
Captain reporting.
Fleet is splitting up for reasons which escape me. Golem 3, hypervelocity, planetary shield.
A new facility is complete.
Okay, this is starbase construction, shield generators, the Bellator, spread fire, protectionism. Just checking out what I have really. This is the one that I'm interested in, corporate headquarters. Requires 1 point in corporate headquarters. That's not actually super useful. Is it in here? Open markets? No. I mean, this minimalist style is kind of cool in its own way, but it's also kind of annoying if you want to find stuff. Oh well. I'm sure that we will have the power eventually. In the meantime, let's keep moving. Just keep moving. I'm going to queue up. Let's go ahead and queue up another Lucre Hulk. Because I mean, they're not bad warships. They're big, they're tough, they've got a decent amount of firepower, and you can get a lot of fighters with them. So I'm not going to complain. I might as well use some of this capital supply that I have available. I've got a decent number of munificents on the way.
Research complete.
Let's see if there's anything which I can supplement them with. I should probably look at just getting some more research facilities at this point. Let's go ahead and drop another military lab. There we go.
Captain reporting.
Yeah, they messed up. They messed up so bad. Just what the hell were these guys doing? Okay, seriously, what do we actually have here? Got a handful of gladiators, got our Venator, and our Arctans. Over here we have 2 Lucre Hulks, 3 gladiators and an Arctans. I don't want to wait. This is... And then that is old data, and they were in a good position back then, so no, shouldn't take the risk.
Ready.
Okay, that's a Lucre Hulk. Let's go ahead and grab the Enforcer research. Out of interest. Gladiator has ionic disruption and orbital bombardment. The Arctans has nothing. The Venator has nothing.
This is the captain.
The Vindicator has nothing. I'm not sure where this Overwhelm research that you're so proud of actually is. I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, let's go ahead and grab the rate of fire boost. Then we're going to come over here. We're actually going to get a couple of Enforcer class. There we go. Now those ships will take a little time to get into position, but
Star Destroyer ready.
When they do, then we can start kicking some ass. Let's see. Defenses are looking in a good place, which is probably for the best. That is capped out. We're gonna go ahead and get another rank of that,
ready.
and a rank of that. And we can't afford that stuff because our current income is awful, so let's do that. Another golem platform, and drop a golem 1 there.
Hyperspace jump complete.
Okay, fleet is on the way. Hello.
Captain reporting.
Yes, we have found the we have found a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just nuke down this carrier cruiser, which is actually really well armed. So that's a thing. What do I want to do? Yeah, let's focus on one thing at a time. Our Arctans are just beating the crap out of their fight squadrons, which is fine. They have a large unit of support ships coming up this way. I'm pretty sure they're all support ships. Okay, focus fire on that Syndic class destroyer, since they're so keen on
moving to sector.
Just splitting up like that. Warlord gunboat. They do actually have a factory there. Wow. Okay then. Just keep firing. Just keep firing. Our fighter squadrons are mostly spent. Okay, we're still producing them, but they have a lot of anti-fighter stuff going. Okay, yeah, we are beginning to lose ships here, so
moving to sector.
Gonna back out. Okie dokie. Yeah, they've got reinforcements coming through, which I could really do without, I'll be honest. Yeah, we've definitely lost some ships, but not... It could be a lot worse, actually. According to this, we've only lost about 6 population worth. We actually have another rank, so I'm going to go ahead and drop more fighter squadrons. We're actually going to get some interceptors.
Moving to sector.
Yeah, we're losing some Arctans, which is kind of whatever. They're cannon fodder. Gladiators are moving out. I think we just gave one of the capital ships a rank, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. So we just walked straight into this fleet here, but this fleet is not prepared to deal with me, so I am just chewing it apart.
Gun crews fire at will.
Let's see what we can do to harass this Syndic class. Probably not going to be able to kill it.
Destroyer here.
Okay, we actually have 2 more capital ships available to come in. So let's go ahead and grab some
Destroyer here.
TIE interceptors from these guys.
Captain reporting.
And we're going to go numerical superiority on both of them.
Star Destroyer ready.
Just get all the stuff.
Moving to sector.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I've got out just in time.
Destroyer here.
So, in the meantime, over here, the Syndic is actually taking a lot of damage. We're doing our best to chew on part. The penalties to hull restore rate definitely helping, but that was not our finest moment.
Deploying to
so
sector.
We're going to pull back. Excuse me. We need to work on more stuff, guys. So let's see. We've got the Acclimator. We've actually got the Victory Star Destroyer. Now we do a quick check of what does what. So, got the Victory class Star Destroyer, which is big, it's tough, it's got a lot of guns. And over here on the frigate side of things, we've got the Acclimator, which is kind of fragile, but it does have a fair amount of carrier capacity, so that's possible. But I think
moving to sector.
You know, actually, we're going to grab expanded hangars.
Moving to sector.
Let's see, what does that actually affect? It affects a number of things there. So I'm not actually sure based on the text there, whether that's a boost to your antimatter so it can regenerate more, or if it can actually produce more ships. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for that to finish before I commit to a search, because I'll be able to test out on some of my existing ships, and we can go from there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and queue up a few more Enforcer class. We actually have our Enforcer down here, so we can take a look at what this actually does. So yeah, we've got Overwhelm here.
Research complete.
So this does actually have the Overwhelm power. Yeah, it's a similar model to the Vindicator. I'm not super sure what the difference is, but I guess we will find out. In the meantime, our fleet is supposed to be coming back. Where the hell are you?
Captain reporting.
You are being super slow, and I don't appreciate it.
Captain reporting.
Come in, TACOM, over.
Moving to sector.
Alright, come on, let's get our ships into position. Got our Enforcer class here.
En route.
We've got another Lucrehulk over here. If we just get into the line of our Golans and our repair platform, then we can really mess them up.
Moving to sector.
We do not have any squadrons to work with, so we've just got these damn Clawcraft and a decently sized Chiss fleet, including some relatively heavy guns. Alright, this could be exciting. First real test. The Pentastar alignment. Oh, hello. Ships are arriving slowly.
Our supporting fleet is moving to attack. Destroyer here.
Okay, we do actually have some
Star
more
Destroyer ready.
ranks available, so let's go ahead and grab Bulwark.
Star Destroyer ready.
So they can do
Captain
the thing.
Reporting. Star Destroyer ready. Moving to sector.
Okay, this is just messy. Let's...
Destroyer here. All batteries open fire.
Okay, yeah, our refueling station just went down, which is not ideal. It helped a little bit. Every little helps. We've got our golem platforms doing a decent amount of damage. This other golem platform is nearly finished. Where is the rest of our fleet? Is everyone through? Yes, everyone is through.
Come in, TACOM, over.
Let's line up our fleet. That Enforcer class is super dead. Focus fire on that Ascendancy class Star Destroyer. Yeah, these guys are high damage output. Not particularly tanky, but lots of damage. Just keep firing. Or might be that we're low damage, which is entirely possible, because I mean, we're using bloody antiques.
Hyperspace jump complete.
Let's see, we do need to get our refueling stations back up. We're going to double up on those so that they can support each other. The Manticore is actually losing shields, which is suboptimal.
Destroyer here.
The Merciless is actually fine. The Basilisk has lost shields and is taking a bit of punishment. But the Chiss are in fact withdrawing. Yeah, take that, you blue bastards. But we have taken some losses, so we're going to need to work on that. Let's see. We have in fact finished the expanded hangars thing. So where's our Venator? Okay, so no. This does not give them additional fighters, it gives them more fighter capacity, or fighter supply, which is not quite the same thing. I mean, on the other hand, I do kind of like the idea of just swarming people with fighters, so we're gonna go for acclimator research. I'm gonna grab skip raise, and we're gonna see how this goes. We need to pull back because we are actually out of the line of our Golans again. Let's see, we've got 3 Golan platforms, got 2 Golan 1s there. We have our first refueling station done, so if we just get back into position, get back into the line, we've actually got some more ability points. We're gonna go ahead and grab some more TIE bombers.
Captain reporting.
Yep, they're kiting back and forth. They don't want to engage.
En route.
But we're not going to give them the satisfaction. We don't want to stay right where we are. You're going to have to come in and fight me under my guns. In the meantime, we can't actually afford to stand still, so let's see, defenses. We can actually unlock Golan 3s now, which is lovely, and we can also grab the hypervelocity gun, which sounds like a glorious idea. So, let's see, Golan 3 platform. I'm not actually sure where the hypervelocity is. Wait, is that a... Hold on, I'm feeling stupid. Allows your CT-11 to install a hypervelocity gun on the planet's surface.
Destroyer here.
I'm really not super sure what that actually means. I'm gonna have to look it up later because I have a battle to watch over. Okay, so the Basilisk, we might actually lose the Basilisk. I'm gonna take you off resupply fighters. Yeah, we lost one of our Lucalks.
Star Destroyer ready.
Because I need you on repairs, basically. I need my ships fully functional. I'm going to grab another rank of Bulwark. We've taken a decent chunk out of the Chiss fleet at this point, but they've just got a lot of ships which they are able to throw at us, so you have to be careful with that. In the meantime, we do actually have some more space, and I need to work on bigger and better stuff. So give me another military research station. If we come up here, we're working on skip rays. We have acclimators. Question is, do I want Imperial 2s, Procursorators, or Venators? And I think we want to grab some Imperial 2s. Because it's an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer. It's like one of the most badass things out there. But let's go ahead and queue up some acclimators, because I want to get a nice big fighter wing to just thoroughly screw over these assholes. We are actually pushing them back. They've turned around to engage me again, but we are going to kill this Syndic. Yeah, they've got a few additional forces coming in. We could do with getting some more shipyards. Like, they don't even necessarily need to be frontline ones, I just need to get them. Okay, that's another ship down. Let's pull back here again. Oh, hypervelocity gun, here we go. Watercast, oh interesting, that's just literally an upgrade which you can get to drop on planets. It doesn't cost you anything to do. That sounds handy, I'll be honest. Alright, if we come back over here, Okay, so interestingly enough, the Imperial 2 is actually more fragile. But it has a lot more guns. So I'm going to queue up some of these. Tractor beam, overwhelm, and numerical superiority. These are all good things. I do want to get the Dominator class at some point as well. There's the Percusserator. What's the actual Percusserator do? Here we go. Okay, it's kind of mid-range, more of a generalist than the Victory class. More expensive for some reason. I'm not super sure why. I'm guessing that that's because it's got carrier capabilities or something. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, either way, this seems like a decent next ship to go with. But in the meantime, let's grab another rank of weapon rate of fire, and grab the Percusserator, and queue up some of those.
The Empire cannot afford such expenditures at the moment.
Your mother can't afford such expenditures at the moment. Okay, seriously.
Captain
This
reporting.
back and forth is getting annoying.
En route.
They've taken out another of my Lucre Hulks. Good lord. Okay, let's get some skip rays going.
Destroyer here. Destroyer here.
Okay, seriously. I don't know what you're repairing that's more important than my freaking Lucre Hulks, but could you not? Like, seriously. Okay, there we go. It's getting some repairs done. This is dying horribly. It's all the way up in the front of stuff. And these dinky little ships are also way too close. That Golan is gonna die. Let's see. Acclimator. Oh, interesting, these don't actually get skip rays. Guess we've got to rely on good old-fashioned ties then.
Destroyer reporting in.
There we go. And we actually have our first Imperial 2.
Destroyer reporting in.
This is what we like to see. Alright,
All ahead full.
let's go with numerical superiority and do that. Okay, so interestingly enough, we only get skip rays on a few
Research
ships.
complete.
It's like, you know, whatever works. Whatever
Research
works.
complete. Captain reporting.
Okay, Chiss are actually leaving. Taking out a bunch of their ships. We lost 2 Lucre Hulks, which sucked, but it worked out in the end. And yeah, hypervelocity gun active, so that may have been what turned it around, it may not, I don't super know, but for the moment, we have things to do. We need to reinforce this location even more, which means I want to get some Golan 3s. Okay, so these are Titanic, have way too much firepower, and oh look, give us some additional support. So let's get some TIE fighters. We have another Imperial class. Let's go ahead with numerical superiority, get some more TIE interceptors.
All ahead full.
Yeah, Acclimator isn't doing anything useful, so you should do that. Alright, that is slowly producing stuff. Yeah, let's focus on the Imperial too. Although the Lucre Hulk is really interesting, and I could definitely see it becoming a mainstay of the fleet. Like in some of these games where you have to research your capital ships, some of the older models just kind of fall by the wayside a little bit, but the Lucre Hulk is just so tanky that it's really hard to dismiss. Like eventually, when I start getting access to the Praetor and the Secutor, it's gonna be a little different, but yeah, wow, Secutor. That thing's actually terrifying. I look forward to getting to play with those. In fact, I can if I get just a little bit more. Fun times. Okay. Holonetron Sevo, because I want to get my culture going in a bit of a stronger fashion. So broadcast center. So how are we doing? Got some gladiators, got some enforcers. We also lost a bunch of ships, but we have our acclimators will be arriving soon, as will our Imperial class. In the meantime, I do want to get some forge shipyards going at some point, but that's not going to be cheap to do. And there's another Imperial class. There we go. I'm actually going to... I'm pretty sure I can't get over well. I can. Fair enough. You learn something every day. Alright. That's xenophobia. I'm not super worried. But I would like to get scrutiny. Gain experience faster during conflicts within friendly gravity wells. Fair enough. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so we can in fact get hold of Venators as well, which eventually unlocks the Secutor, and that's actually the one we're looking forward to playing with, so we should do that. So let's go ahead and grab the Venator search, which will be an improvement over the Acclimators anyway, because the Acclimators are kind of squishy. Okay, we're actually going to turn fighter resupply back on for these. There we go. And we do need to get the fleet tenders. Okay, and then we've got some rate of fire stuff here. That appears to be basic laser cannons. Yeah, I'm not super sure. Okay, I think this is turbo lasers, and this is laser cannons. Maybe? I think this is like a general boost to make your lighter stuff way better. So let's go ahead and queue all that up.
Enemy propaganda is loosening our grip on a system.
Oh boy. Could you not?
A new facility is complete.
Okay, we need to get that down double quick. Literally, I'm gonna drop down 2 of these, because this is bad. Okay, yeah, and I do have the 2 CT-11s to get them both up and running. How quickly do those build? 60 seconds. Which is 4% times 6. Yeah, that should be fine. I should be able to leverage this back. More acclimators on the way. Got our first ISD showing up, the Oriflama.
All ahead full.
Alright, cool. How are we doing? Our economy is still in great shape, but everything else is terrible. We need to start going on the offensive. So I'm actually going to trade some resources around, because I do want to get frigate factory here, at the very least. So, grab the logistics boost. Okay, here we go, frigate factory. I mean, in an ideal world, I would go double frigate factory, but I don't think that's really gonna go well. How are we doing? Legion's change is dropping.
Research complete.
Yeah, you can see it being shot back super quick.
New facility is complete.
Yeah, there we go, we're going back into positives. We're rising pretty quickly, in fact.
Planet upgrade complete.
This means we have to worry about other things potentially. So let's go ahead and get our Golem 3 up there. I mean, the bottom line is, if they really decide to push this place aggressively, there's not a great deal I'm going to be able to do about it. But we do have our precursorators here. Orbital bombardment, they got overwhelm. Excuse me. And this is why resilient. If they go below a certain amount, then they get a huge hull boost and a pretty decent damage reduction. So these are hard to kill. That'll be interesting to play with. Okay, they just dropped a vigilance gunship here. More full them.
All ahead. All batteries open fire.
Let's move forwards a little bit. Okay, so we have 9 TIE fighters, 14 TIE interceptors, 18 TIE bombers, and a skip ray blast boat. And our hypervelocity gun just totally wrecked them. Okay,
this is the captain.
So you have ranks of stuff. You should get tractor beams.
Destroyer reporting in.
You should get tractor beams, because tractor beams are fun.
Captain reporting.
Alright, we have some more precursorators coming along. There's the aggressor. And we have
Hyperspace jump.
fleet tenders. This is what we like to see. Which have basically no damage. But they're not actually that bad. They're not the toughest things out there, but they can take a little bit of punishment. Let's go ahead and key one of those up. This is my main problem with Allegiance, actually. Ascendancy, rather. The fact that the minimap stuff here is really not that informative. Like, it's actually really hard to hover over this to actually see what it is. It's not as good as the old bar system, in my personal opinion. We've got fleet tenders coming up, and we have a bunch of research done. So let's go ahead and grab the expanded hangars, actually. That will be nice, just for the purposes of having plenty of space available for resupply. In terms of defense, let's go ahead and grab planetary shields. I particularly see why not. And let's grab a little bit of research here. I'm gonna have to wait because it's expensive and I'm out of resources. Alright,
Star Destroyer ready.
I believe... Yeah, we're just waiting on our fleet tender, which is gonna come along now. You should come over here. So this has resupply, it has repair, and that's basically it.
Captain reporting.
Alright, we're going to set course for Prakith. And I do want to get some more scouts up and running. And then last but not least, we're going to work on our next level of fleet command, so we can start getting some more stuff out. But it is kind of interesting how theoretically you could just say, you know what, no, I want to have all the things. And you could, in fact, just load up on a mass of Lucre Hulks. Just because of the way the population system works with this particular mod. Like, we're drowning in capital ship crews. Alright, yep, that's the thing.
All ahead full. Moving to sector.
Okay, so, you're not quite full up, but you might as well be. Let's go for logistics boost up here.
Research.
And we can get some more stuff going, because I want to get, let's drop a military lab here.
Research complete.
And logistics boost here, because I want to get a civil research lab here, because we're actually falling behind a little bit with that.
Destroyer here.
Alright, so how is this going to go down? We have some bigger ships.
Research complete. All ahead full.
And they do actually have a starbase down here, a sailor's class civilian station, which isn't particularly threatening. Like, it's got some guns on it, but not a huge amount. That shaft destroyer made a big mistake. But if everyone could come forward and support the Hydra, that would be lovely, because it's taunting, and yeah, this is terrible. So yeah, let's just spread the love around, I guess. We are, yeah, they're steadily chewing through our fighter squadrons, actually. Still got a lot of them, but let's see, the Hydra is definitely taking damage. Damage output reduced. Our flammers
Destroyer reporting in.
needs to overwhelm. Fleet tender, I need to come to do the thing. Because the Hydra's in bad shape, and I think it's probably gonna die, which would be sad. The aggressor's ranked up though. So we're getting some good ranks on our Star Destroyers. Let's rank up Overwhelm.
Star Destroyer standing by.
And get overwhelmed there. Yeah, the Hydra's gonna die. We've still got the Manticore. We've still got our original flagship intact. And the... yeah, they're going. They're bugging out. The Hydra has in fact survived. I'm impressed. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to blow the shit out of this thing.
Gun crews fire at will.
Which means... oh, and you're still building ships from there. How cute. Alright, yeah, let's keep moving. Get some more ranks here. Make our Star Destroyers better. And get our fleet tender up. Yes, this has got some turbo lasers, but it's a civilian station. It's purely a it is only there in order to boost the place economically. So this was a terrible place to put it, let's face it. There we go, that goes down. Our little wing of acclimators sitting back.
Come in, TACOM,
And
over.
yeah, let's are these guys actually gonna kill this gunship? That'd be funny if they did. I doubt they have the ability to do so, but it would be funny if they did.
Destroyer here.
Okay, that's all dealt
Gun
with.
crews fire at will.
You should go over there. Yeah, that's gonna run away.
Bogies bearing 09er.
Fight squadrons redeploy to kill that frigate. Commence bombardment of Chiss world.
This is the captain.
We have another rank here. Let's get me a tractor beam. Because we know all about tractor beam spam from Sacrifice of Angels. It's amazing and super annoying. Alright, so we have some spare resources available, and hey look, we can get secutors. Extra fighters! Ooh, that looks lovely. Additional fighters per squadron. Yes, please. Additional credits taken from local reserves. Yes, please. And corporate headquarters. Yes, please. All the things. So, yeah, we're waiting on getting stuff done, but if we look down here, we do have the assailers. Boosted trade goods value, penalty to maximum allegiance. Yeah, let's go with refinery. A refinery boost. Out of interest. Come back out. No. Trade port, military lab. Yeah. Do I actually have an ability?
Imperial credit exchange rates lowered in Outer Rim sectors.
Interesting. These actually provide a boost to trade income. Federal regulations limit trade in order to prevent the spread of enemy propaganda. Trade limitations from closed borders. Research subject. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't think that's actually unlocked yet, but that's still interesting. Okay, so we'll come back out of here. Yep, you are doing the thing. And this is dying in nice and short order. And they have a broadcast center for me to destroy. This is what we like to see.
We have eliminated.
By the way, where's our Star Galleon? Star Galleon is doing its thing. Secutor search is complete. Give me them secutors. I want one. Actually, am I kidding? I want more than one. We're gonna sell some Durasteel. Here we go. 3 secutor class. Because these are big, these are mean, these are... Actually, these are just flat out superior to the Lucre Hulk. Got way more damage output. They're not quite as tough, but they've got many of the same abilities. They even have established garrisons. They can colonize stuff. They're just lovely. So I tell a lie. I can in fact kind of ignore the Lucre Hulk. Although to be fair, the Lucre Hulk is a lot cheaper. It's like almost half the price. Prakith has been colonized. Give me them colonies. Allegiance is dropping, which I'm not super okay with. But if I sell some resources, I can get a broadcast hunter going. Alright, yeah, they want this place back. And they are not short on ships. They're definitely throwing their navy wholesale at me. And I don't have any support, although I do have a hypervelocity gun, which will definitely help. I'm guessing that the Chiss don't have anything like that, because they certainly didn't throw it at me before. Yeah, we've got a decent number of TIE bombers just running around being a nuisance. Let's focus fire, try and kill this Thunder class. Yeah, the Hydra might not survive this.
Hyperspace jump.
Yeah, there it is. So it's at least dropping repairs on the Hydra, but I'm not convinced it's going to survive this. Ooh, that's Thrawn's Revenge, Intago class destroyer. Yeah, that's kind of mean. But that Syndic class just got smacked by the hypervelocity. Yeah, there goes the Hydra. It's a thing that happens, but yeah, Fella Scent is about to die. Thrawn's Revenge has lost shields. focus fire on pulse, and why isn't it dead yet? There we go, that is what we like to see. Alright, so this has been really bloody on fight squadrons on both sides actually. We do have the hypervelocity helping us out. And they have basically no fighter squadrons running around. It's all our TIE bombers. And a few TIE fighters and interceptors. So, Manticore has ranked up again. Go for another rank of Bulwark. Looks like people are going to be shooting it anyway, then I might as well get some damage resistance. Yeah, die, Chiss. Cool. Yep. Pentastar alignment has held the day again. Where the hell are you coming? How do you think you're going? Head on the news. We have achieved alignment. Let's get those up and running. That is corporate headquarters, which is interesting. I'll have to play around with that somewhere else, which isn't the damned front line. Yeah, we've just got enough fight squadrons and laser cannons to just chew these Chiss squadrons to bits. A lot of their carriers are just I mean, they're trying to pull back and it's not working out too well for them. Yeah, our munificents are actually doing surprisingly well. Fell swoop, hello. God, that thing's got a lot of damage output. Even with all the penalties on it, good lord. Just so heavily ionized and damaged. Alright. I'll have to try out the Chiss at some point. Because I do love the Chiss. They're a really cool concept, really cool race, and Thrawn is possibly one of my favourite fictional characters ever, period. So yeah, I'm a little biased, what can I say? Yeah, we want to get a refueling station. We want to get double refueling stations.
Captain reporting.
That is a starbase constructor. What the hell are you doing here? We're just chasing them down. That Carriac is gonna get thoroughly nuked. Yep, torpedo fire. No, torpedoes coming in. You are gonna die. There we go. Yeah, the starbase constructor is not where it wants to be. Do you know how I know that? Because it's about to die. Boost logistics slots. I'm really not going to complain about that. That is going to be a huge boost. Quick reference. Oh yeah.
A new facility is complete.
So, what else can we do? We're going to look at getting the Assailus up and running. But I also come back here. Refueling station, a corporate headquarters. Let's drop that there. I want to see what this actually does. I'm not sure if I can tell. No, I can't. It's got to actually finish building first. That's fair enough. So, we're building some refueling stations. Good. Let me get some tactical capacity. I'm actually going to double up on that. And then we are going to just get a nice set of Golem 3s. Choose 5 slots each. Yeah. I think there is actually a reason to mix this up and get smaller stuff as well. Because like the
deploying to sector.
Dealing with big fleets is definitely awkward. It's you've got to balance out dealing with, on the one hand, big tough things, but also lots of things in general. Now there's a fair amount of fire splitting which you get just because of the basic mechanics of the game here. But at the same time, when you're dealing with golems,
Planet upgrade.
you've got a lot of fire which is being focused, and if you're having to deal with golem ones as well, which are, to be honest, they're about 40% of the health and 25% of the damage for a fifth of the slots. So there's definite reasons to scatter those into the mix. Now we do actually have our new Secutor class, which are actually really cool. I'm not sure where this design comes from. Like it's directly in the Republic line, so to speak. Queuing on from the Acclamator and the Venator. I don't know if this was like a prototype Republic super cap or something, but I don't know. But we do get 3 squadrons with these guys, so light up on the Indies. And we've got Fighter Sweep. Boost physical damage output and maximum speed. That's cool. Tractor beams, established garrison, numerical superiority. Let's go with more numerical superiority. Just because, why not, really? Got another Secutor there, so numerical superiority, and another Secutor there. Cool. All right. So we're going to need to push on to the next place soon. Lock in on the Manticore, which is still our flagship, because I mean it's still the biggest and baddest thing we have. We could actually... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go double frigate factories here. Okay, here we go.
A new facility is complete.
It'll take a little while for that to really start paying off, but quicker reinforcements to the front line is always good. So, this place, Jeralik, is actually taking some pretty harsh allegiance penalties. So I don't feel any immediate need to run in here. They haven't produced all that much here. They have 3 broadcast centers and they're still losing alignment. Wow. I thought the hand's terrible at this. Okay, let's grab a boost for capacity increase. And other things we want to do. We want to start working on star bases. But not just yet, because we're suffering a little with our economy. I mean, we did just build 3 heavy star destroyers.
Destroyer here.
We do not want you in the fleet.
A new facility is complete.
Okay, here we go. Secutor class. Let's go ahead and grab Fighter Sweep. The Star Destroyer Avenger. Try to go where the hangars are on this thing, actually. It might just be hard to tell because the bottom is in shadow. Like, hangars for Lucrehulks are here. Star Destroyer design classically has the bay down here. The Acclamator over here, yeah, has the lower hangar, I'm pretty sure. The Venators have multiple hangars. I guess maybe the design for the Secutor is just that it's yeah, that Carriac is
New facility is complete.
very dead.
Hyperspace jump complete.
Bellicose, Fighter Sweep. Could you be that it's supposed to have opening hangar bays? I really don't know. In the meantime, corporate headquarters. So upgrade defenses, upgrade engines, upgrade damage output. That is actually fascinating. Okay, in that case, I'm actually going to build one of those here. I'm going to zoom out, come back to this one.
A new facility is complete.
I'm going to put all of those on autocast. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to get myself a precursorator. Do I actually have those in the fleet? Yeah, I've got 3 precursorators. The end monitor. I feel stupid. Enforcer. They should be up here. Oh, here they go. Yeah, there we go. Precursorator. I was just using this because from a distance it looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer, but the proportions are slightly wrong. Plus, it's got these centerline turbo lasers, whereas the Imperials have the kind of broadside V arrangement. Yeah, big, tough guns. Sounds good. If I come over here, this is where I was building. No, this is where I was building.
A new facility is complete.
So that is done. And yeah, that just dumped all of its upgrades on that. That's going to be a slow and steady drain to our economy, but I think that is worth it. That is actually super cool. So I'm going to double up on the things here. I'm actually going to get... I can get like a mob of them because that cooldown is fairly long. So I'm going to go to tactical, grab another tactical capacity. We're going to get 4 corporate headquarters, just so that every ship that gets produced from here is going to get all those little boosts. Which sounds amazing. Alright, Jaralek. We don't know what's going on with Jaralek. We should find out what's going on with Jaralek. And we should get some TIE fighters. In the meantime, our fleet is looking good. We've got another rank on our final Secutor class. And we can afford to go and get some other stuff like a Dominator class. Grab the research for that. Come down here. I want to get... yeah, I mean, it's not particularly surprising that the Dominator is not as tough as the Imperial 2, even though it does use the Imperial hull, I believe. Because, I mean, it's replacing a bunch of the main weapons and shields with the interdiction spheres. You keep dropping a starbase thing here, and it's not working out for you. You need to stop. This is dumb. Okay, I'm actually looking in pretty good shape. So as soon as my there we go, precursorator has arrived. That's what we want. I'm actually going to load up on some Vanators. They're decently tough. They've got some damage output, but mainly they've got a lot of. They can add a lot of hangers to the fleet. So we're going to grab a couple more Vanators, and then I do want to get some more fleet tenders as well. Or a second fleet tender, I guess. Precursoritor's moving in.
Star Destroyer ready.
Alright, so this fleet is looking pretty decent. 8 TIE fighters, 22 TIE interceptors, and 22 TIE bombers. Okay, I do want to check something quickly. So we know that the Secutor class and the Imperator 2 Imperial class, that's an old thing. I don't know if anyone knows about the Imperator/Imperial controversy. It's... let's just go with it stupid and leave it at that. We're going going to flip this around so it gets skip rays, because skip rays are awesome. But yeah, if we look at not the Munificent, the Procurator, the Acclamator, Vindicator, Munificent, Venator. Is this? No, I think I have a feeling that the Lucrehawks might be the only ones which actually get skip ray blast boats. Just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, skip ray blast boat, lasers and proton torpedoes. 2 laser, 8 proton torpedo, 40 health. If we zoom out a tad. Here we go, TIE bombers. 9 laser, 3 proton torpedo, but half the hull. Oh, okay, I see. And that is 3 laser damage, 20 hull. Do we still have any TIE fighters? Like, classic TIE fighters? Here we go. 2 laser damage and 20 hull, so slightly less damage, same hull. Fair enough. So it's not a major loss sticking with the TIE bombers over the skip rays. I think it'd just be useful to have a few which are just a little bit tougher.
Captain reporting.
Alright, so that is looking pretty decent. Star Galleon is... where's our Star Galleon?
Hyperspace jump complete.
I am always losing stuff. Here we go. Here's our Star Galleon. Okay, yeah, that's getting slowly resupplied. It's gonna take a while because it's got a lot.
Star Destroyer ready.
We've got Venators on the way, and we've got a Fleet Tender on the way as well. Venators, yep. You have all the upgrades. We don't actually have the resources for the fighter support. Wow, okay. Right, because my corporate headquarters is basically just cycling through to do all the stuff. So we're actually going to need to buy some Durasteel. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm actually going to grab some TIE bombers on these guys, just because we have a lot of fighters. Alright, it's not as bad an imbalance as I was expecting. Anyway, we have our fleet together pretty much. We're just waiting on our fleet tender to come through.
En route.
So let's move out and give the blueskins what's for. What's for? What for? You know what I mean. Okay. So we do have a few things to work on. I'm just gonna hold off, let my resources build up a little bit more. We do actually have some more space here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop another military lab. Just go down there. What is there actually which we need to get here? This is more culture stuff. Velcar free commerce. All the stuff. Trade good value increase. Sales credit conversion. This is all mineral stuff. Spread thin. Interesting. So we've got a bit of a flat.
Moving to sector.
Flat logistics boost
All
here.
ahead full.
Got some slightly random general stuff here. Lateral hyperspace jumps.
All ahead full. All ahead full.
Alright, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually set this to
Star Destroyer ready.
United jumping. Oh well, I feel a bit stupid, but whatever. These Clawcraft are super dead. What is the allegiance of this place? The allegiance has apparently been bouncing a little bit. Let's fix that. Let's go and kill some broadcast hunters, because screw you, that's why.
A new facility is complete.
Okay, Praetor Battlecruiser.
To attack.
Dynamic A dynamic automata. More supply and less upkeep penalty. That's really interesting. Sure. I like the sound of this. My current upkeep penalty is 20%, so that'll actually bring it down to 18%. I wonder if you can theoretically boost your economy if you do that without actually taking any, while taking a bare minimum. That would potentially be a 10% boost to your economy. If you're willing to go with a minimal-sized fleet. I mean, there are ways to boost up the Pentastar's slots without that. I mean, you've got dynamic automata here at 6 military, and you've got, where is it? Spread thin here, which is an extra 200 supply and 10 command. So basically, you've got 400 supply, 10 fleet command. Yeah, that's the equivalent of going to. Like that's the upgraded version. I don't even remember what the baseline is. I think it might be like 68 and 60 or something. So if you're willing to just hold out for that, then your economy will be like twice as strong as equivalent people. That's insane. That is. Okay, now I begin to see potentially why people complain about the Pentastar Alliance in the forums. Bombardment! Fire all turbo lasers! Yeah. Meanwhile, my massive fighter swarms are just butchering everything, which is what we like to see. In the meantime, yeah, once that's finished, I actually won't need to worry about upgrading my supply for a while. And it's more reasons to actually boost up my Civi research. I've got a bunch of space here, so I should do that. So, civilian research. Civilian research. Lovely. What's your allegiance doing? Your allegiance is fine. Your allegiance is fine and dandy. Biss, what are you doing? Apart from not much. Give me a trade route. Give me a military lab. That'll do. Okay, down here. That's been taken out. Everything else has been taken out. We just need to wait for a culture to drop down. Bellicose is ranked up. Let's see. Let's work on fighter sweep. Because that seems like a nice little boost.
Destroyer here.
Okay. Penalty to maximum population and population growth.
Research complete.
Okay, that is boosted up. So can I actually? Yes, I can. Kinda, sort of, maybe. Okay, I can't be bothered to save up that much. Damn trit. Not trit, Durasteel. Whatever, you know what I mean. Especially considering how goddamn expensive the Praetor is. If that's worth it, that is a chunky ship. I can afford to get 2 of those as well. So let's do that. Because that sounds fun. Alright, it does have a decent number of fighters. It's not... Well, I say decent, it's actually the smallest amount of any fleet. Well, hello, we've got our Dominators coming in. Do the thing. Okay, interdict.
Stormtroopers have secured
Phase jump disabled, sublight engines disabled, weapons disabled, sublights. Okay, yeah, so it disables the phase jump of people nearby, but the ship itself just kind of sits there. So yeah, we're gonna drop interdict, and that's a good thing that that is an ability which you have to press yourself, because I dread to think what the AI would do with it. Jarlac has been taken. Good, good. Grab all the things, drop a trade port. I don't think we actually got a trade port here, so we should fix that. That's just a scout, so I don't super care. I'm gonna buy some Durasteel, so we can build a trade port here, because trade ports are lovely. And we are just about good to go. Fleet's in good shape. Next
Deploying to
world.
sector.
Alright, so we are equal on colonization, but we appear to have taken the lead on everything else. Nope. Here we go, fighter sweep.
Planet upgrade complete.
Boop boop boo, boop boop boo. Here we go, and overwhelm. Let's take a quick look at this ship. Yeah, it's a cute design. I mean, a lot of the problems with the Interdictor class or the Immobilizer 418, if you prefer, is that it was on a dinky heavy cruiser hull.
A new facility
Which wasn't a
is
bad ship, but it was undergunned and fragile, and it was supposed to be the linchpin of a fleet, which was keeping people in position. So you get a sufficiently determined or powerful force hitting you, they can just wipe out the
all ahead.
Interdictor and just leave.
Moving to sector. A new facility.
But yeah, good luck doing that with an Imperial class hull.
Hyperspace jump complete.
I mean, they took out a bunch of stuff. They took out some of the turbo lasers and some of the
All
ion
ahead
cannons.
full.
You can see that it doesn't have all of the doesn't have the classic wedge-shaped broadside formation of guns. But if we compare it, now they're the sectors. Here we go.
A new
Yeah, so it's got about half the overall weapons, and it's missing the heavy turbo laser batteries, which you can see along here.
A new facility
But it's
is
almost as
complete.
tough, and that's kind of the main thing that you're looking for. Kind of interesting
Destroyer
that the Pentastar alignment gets the precursors to the Interdictor. Like they get the Vindicator and the Enforcer, but they don't actually get the Immobilizer itself. They instead get the upgunned version, if you will, the Dominator. And the Blueskins are running again.
Gun crews fire at will.
So, this was a fun little excursion into the realms of a mod which I haven't really played with much, mainly because people weren't super interested in the original video which I did for this, and I realized that I obtained a lot of you by virtue of doing Star Trek Armada 3 videos. There's a reason why I keep doing those, and Sacrifice of Angels, because I mean, you get a fair amount of interest in those as well, because well, I figure a bunch of you are like, hey, it's more Star Trek mods, let's see what the other one's like. But it's still a fun mod, and I do recommend taking a look at it. It's got a very different kind of flow. This is the kind of reason why I keep doing all these different Sins of the Solar Empire mods. There's so many different ways. No, that's just another Intego class. For a moment I thought that was terrifying.
Destroy that target.
There's so many different ways to take the basic mechanics of this game and take something which in theory is very similar and make it completely different. It's very cool. Ooh, that's just getting murdered. Oh, I see, it's getting cracked beamed by the Admonitor. Yep, they're doing their best to hit the Manticore, but not going so well. Nope, and the Resolute has arrived. We've got a Syndic class here. Focus fire, please. Alright. video from earlier today. This is by no means the end of my Sins of Solar Empire content. I'm going to be focusing on XCOM pretty heavily for a while, but I'm going to keep working on this as well. Bigger range, sure.
This is the captain.
Let's keep working on Overwhelm.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Squadron checking in.
But I do have other stuff to play around with. I'm going to want the occasional break for this for a start. Oh, I think they might have actually found a counter to me. I have lost a decent chunk of my subcaps. Wow. Manticore might die here. Yeah, as I recall, this happened the last time I played this mod as well. I was doing super well, and I got my Super Star Destroyer, and I murdered everyone. And then suddenly, yeah, the Tyrannic just died horribly. I don't know. Let's see the end of this fight. This will be. Okay, so that Intago class is about to die, and so is this Phalanx class. The Revenge. Yep, the fleet is moving in. We have taken a fair amount of punishment, but we've taken out a lot of their capital ships. This is what we like to see. Alright. Question is, can all of the remaining subcaps actually put a dent in my front line? I did actually. Oh, sad face, I lost the Manticore. You were my first. You were what set me off on this glorious path of destruction. Wow, I actually lost a Secutor. Revenge is ranked up again. Not allowed. Okay, fine. Give me another rank of Interdict. See, the Bellicose has almost lost shields. The Admonitor appears to be their current focus of fire. Yeah, my fleet tenders. I think I only have one left. Yeah, the other one apparently died somewhere. This one is out of resources, so that's a thing. But yep, Chiss are leaving. There goes the last of their fleet.
Fire at will.
And thus I declare victory in the name of the Pentastar Alliance. Oh wait, before we go, I believe we have one last thing to take a look at. Where are you? Praetor class battlecruiser. Yes, very nice. Not entirely sure what. I think there's a lot of designs here which I think are. I just think that the Pentastar Alliance might just be digging into older designs in general. I mean, which would make sense, given the fluff described for them. Yeah, Bulwark, Close Quarters. Oh, it's got a micro jump. That's fun. Imposing Presence. A debuff aura. That's always fun. And Ion Blast. Just knock people out and do a crap load of damage to them. Yep, this is a nice ship. So we didn't get to look at the Bellator, but coming up on 2 hours now, so I figure that is a good look at this particular mod. So I hope you have all enjoyed this. Remember, folks, first stream is on Sunday. Keep an eye on the Twitter for announcements. And I also have my Twitch rigged up to show you when I'm streaming if you're watching one of my videos at the time. I'm still debating exactly when my streaming slot is going to be, but there will be announcements. Trust me, they will happen. So yes, Sunday is of course before XCOM comes out. It's going to be mainly a test stream to make sure that everything's working, and then probably just tool about and something or other, probably by viewer request. And then on Tuesday we will be going with our XCOM 2 War of the Chosen stream. So all to look forward to, and if you aren't around for the streams, then, like I said, there will be VODs uploaded to the YouTube channel shortly after. So until next time, folks, stay safe.